Hello and welcome to this tutorial, guys. We're going to be looking at the gyro sensor today. Alright, so as you open up your LEGO Mindstorms Education EV3 classroom app on your computer, you should have 1.5.2 up in the top corner here, which is the version you should have installed here. This should be the first page that you see when you open it up. Yours will probably be blank if this is the first time you're opening up this software. Otherwise, you'll probably have some previous projects you've been working on. But today we're going to click on New Project, and we're going to start with our When Program Starts block in here. So with the gyro sensor is talking about angles, all right? And so how far our robot is turning to the left and to the right in the perspective of, so many degrees, all right? So, full circle takes up 360 degrees. We might want to turn 90 degrees to the right, 90 degrees to the left, and that's what we're going to be teaching you how to do today. So to start off with, we've got when our program starts. So when we select the program on our robot, underneath this tab, underneath this block here is exactly what's going to happen straight away. All right, we can change that to when we press a center button. So we can change that to, change the center button or, any of these other buttons on the D-pad if you don't want it to start straight away. Or we can use one of our other sensors like our little push button sensor here as well. But we'll go through that at a later date. All right, so starting off with our gyro sensor, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set our motors to B and C. All right, this is important because we want to make sure that we've plugged our motors in correctly. This is the default, and this is what the instructions should tell you to plug them into as well. But just in case you've plugged them in the incorrect places, this is going to highlight that for us and make us correct that before we move forward. All right, alternatively, we can change which ones we've plugged them into, but either or, we want to make sure that we are getting our robot to turn using the right motors, using the right wheels. All right, now it's important to note that we've got two motors here. One is for our left wheel, one is for our right wheel, and respective with which one's on the left and which one's on the right. So B, left wheel, C, right wheel here. Okay, and that's going to be more apparent and more important as we move down as well. But the next thing I'm going to do is put in a repeat here. Now we have 4 sides in a square, so I'm actually going to change this to 4. And what we're going to do is we're going to get our robot to move and turn, and it's going to do that 4 times. So it's going to repeat that code 4 times, move, turn, to make our 4 sides of a square. So once we've got our repeat and we've changed it to 4, what we're going to do next is we're going to get our robot to move forward. So moving back up to our movement blocks here, we've got move forward for 1 rotation. Now we're going to change that to 2 rotations. I like to use 2 because it just gives us a slightly bigger square. We don't want to use 4 or 5 because we don't have all the space in the world and we've got other people to be considerate of next to you. So please make sure that we're just keeping it around about 2. All right, and that's going to be the length of each side of our square. Now you'll see that we've got forward and backwards. We can change forward and backwards if we really want. We could actually make our robot do a square backwards, but we're not going to do that. We're going to make it go forwards first. And we've also got another drop-down box here, which gives us 3 options. All right, and this is talking about the distance that our robot's going to travel. We've got rotations, degrees, and seconds. So rotation is a full rotation of the wheel. All right. Degrees is how many degrees do you want that wheel to rotate. So like I said before, you got a full 360 degrees in 1 rotation. All right, so if we wanted our wheel to roll forward, half of 1 rotation, you could say, you can put in degrees and put it at 180 degrees. So that wheel is going to turn 180 degrees and stop. It's not going to do the full circle. We can also do seconds. And so this is going to be dependent on how fast we've set our robot to go. So you can see on the left here, we can actually set the movement speed. All right. Now I haven't set our movement speed in here yet. It is default to 50%. And we will be talking about movement speed a bit later. But seconds is going to depend on how fast we've got our robot moving, all right? But like I said, for today, we're going to be sticking to rotations. Okay, moving on, guys. Before we get it to turn, all right, we need to do something with our sensor, and that is reset. sensor. All right, we're going to reset the angle that it's reading. So when you program your robot, or when you have your robot connected, in the top corner here, you'll have this symbol go green, and you'll be able to see alongside it all the different sensors that are plugged into it, and it will give you a real-time reading on what those values are for each sensor. Now, from the time that you program your robot, unplug it from your laptop and move it to a space where you're ready to start your code, the angle is going to change from 0 degrees to anywhere from 0 to 360 to even higher than that. Let's say you did a couple of 12s on the way. All right. So that's going to change. Now we need to make sure that if we want it to turn 90 degrees, we're going to tell it to go, okay, wait until it gets to 90 degrees, but it's not going to know an exact 90 unless we set it to 0 first. So we want it to start at 0, and then we're going to get it to move to 90 degrees. So we're going to reset the angle. Then what we're going to do is we're going to get it moving and turning on its center axis. To do that, we're going to use this block here. It says start moving at 50% speed. All right. Now, why do we have two 50s here? Well, each of these numbers represent one of the motors. Okay. So the left one is representing motor B, our left wheel, and the right one is representing motor C, our right wheel. Okay. If we want our robot to turn on our center axis, these values need to remain the same, but one needs to be a negative value. All right. Now, the reason for that is we're telling it to go at a certain speed. At positive, we're going to be rolling forward, and at negative, we're going to be rolling backwards. Okay. So if we've got our left wheel rolling forward and our right wheel rolling backward, and if they're rolling respectively at the same speed, they're going to be turning on the very center of that robot's axis. Okay. So with 50 minus 50, the right wheel is going to go backwards, the left wheel is going to go forwards, and it's going to turn on the spot. All right, so that's going to stop us from having those little rounded corners. All right, that robot should turn on the spot. Okay, the next thing we need to tell it is when it reaches 90 degrees, stop. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to use this piece of code here, and it says wait until angle is, and now we've got a few options here: less than, greater than, equal to, or changed more than. I prefer to use greater than. I feel like this one works the best. You can experiment with the others and see what works best for you. It's not a right or wrong scenario, but I tend to find that greater than works the best. And I tend to put in, all right, so I'll put in 90. I want it to turn 90 degrees. All right. And so now, if we go through what we've got, it's going to move forward for 2 rotations. It's going to reset the angle to make sure that it's at 0. We're going to start turning on its center axis, all right, at 50% speed. And now we've told it to wait until it gets to 90 degrees. And then we want it to do something after that. What we want it to do after that is simply stop. All right, we're going to get to stop. So once it hits 90 degrees, we're going to tell it to stop moving. All right. And then what's going to happen is after it stopped moving, it's going to go right. It's going to go back up to the top. It's going to repeat it another 3 more times. So then it's going to move. So what we're going to have is move forward, reset the angle, turn on its center axis, all right, 90 degrees. Once it gets to 90 degrees, we're going to stop moving, and then it's going to do it again. And it's going to do this a total of 4 times to create our square. Now, if you run this code, okay, there's a chance that it may not make a perfect square. There's a chance that it's not going to end where it started, which is where it should end. All right, and there's a couple of reasons for that. One of the main reasons for that is we have told it to go at 50% speed when it's turning. All right, to get a really accurate reading from our gyro sensor, the slower, the better. All right, so I'm going to pop this all the way down to 10 minus 10. All right, so yes, that means when it's turning on that corner, it's going to turn reasonably slow, but it's going to give that sensor a lot more time to read how far it's turning and give us a much more accurate result from this value here. All right. The other thing to consider, if we've gone through the PDF in class that goes through the different sensors, when we're talking about the gyro sensor has an accuracy when it's turning to 90 degrees of plus or minus 3 degrees. All right. So if we're trying to make it do a 180-degree turn, that can actually change to a plus or minus of 6 degrees. So it's important to note within 90 degrees, it's accurate to plus or minus 3 degrees. So because we're doing 90-degree turns, there's a chance that it's not going to do that perfect 90-degree turn, and I might need to tweak this value here to be 87, 88, 89, or potentially even 91, 92. All right, or 93. Now, keep in mind we've got greater than, all right, so I probably wouldn't want to go higher than 92, all right? So once it hits 92, it's going to reach that 93 or just above that 92, and then it's going to stop, all right? But tweaking that value there is what's going to help you get that perfect 90-degree turn. It may not be the same for everyone. Every gyro sensor is different, okay? But they're all going to be accurate within 3 degrees, okay? So there you have it, guys. Using this code here, you should be quite successful in getting it to turn into a square. The challenge is tweaking those values to get it to end its movement where it started. I wish you the best of luck, and I hope this makes sense. Thank you.